What's up, Carnival Spirits? It's me, Beastmaster, aka TJ, and I am joined with Panik17, and we are ninjas in action. How the fuck are y'all? How are you,
Pretty
Panik?
good, man. Pretty good, just chilling. Back from the wastelands.
That's right. Oh,
For a short time.
The Fallout Wastelands?
Yep. A little irradiated, a little fucked up.
That's why nobody's on YouTube right now, right? Everybody's playing Fallout 4.
Yeah, pretty much.
I haven't been playing it because I can't. Oh wait, is that available for my Xbox, or is that shit just for the PS4?
PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
I'm on a Mac, but that's all right. I don't need to play that game because I live that game. Boston. I'm just kidding. I'm sure you could Google Earth Boston and see the hub that it is, and all the and all the way the neighboring towns, kind of cluster around the city itself.
Yeah, I bet you I could go there and be like, oh shit, I've been here on the game.
Right? Because
it's just intact.
And they've done this for how many other places, right? Fucking Vegas.
Yeah, DC, a little California.
So you've had a little slice of the White House. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I've been there, done
that. It's good that, we're back today on YouTube, picking up where we left off last month, really. I mean, that's actually downplaying it. It's been a minute since I've been on the channel. Friday the 13th in November 2015, I attended the Marvelous Missing Link tour. And Violent J has now infamously, written about this show in the Hatchet Herald. I'll get into that later. So I'm talking about Gathering17. I'm talking about Wizard of the Hood. I'm talking about Twiztid, ICP, Dark Lotus. How did that all come about? Well, our last video, we talked all about Violent J, how he basically put Twiztid on blast for not taking their calls and allowing them to schedule any type of collaborations or performances at the Gathering 17, the 17th annual Gathering of the Juggalos in 2016, which is basically because of the lore and mythology of ICP, or just the super nerdy fandom of Juggalos in general. 17 is the magic number, okay? So the 17th annual gathering, just alone by it being the 17th fucking gathering, is, something to be excited about if you're in the know, if you get the inside joke, which is ICP. And I, for one, am fucking geeked. I can't wait for it. When Violent J put that message out there, and said Twiztid has 1 week to let them know whether or not they're going to be in attendance, I got to be honest with you. I, loving ICP and Twiztid as much as I do, I felt like I was on this tight wire, and it's like you fall one direction, you get this. You fall in the other direction, you get that. And what's to say what direction you're going to fall? You have no fucking clue. Twiztid ended up responding within days, and Violent J confirmed that next year we will get a set from Twiztid, a Dark Lotus set, a Riders set, and a full album performance of Wizard of the Hood. ICP, Twiztid, performing all their parts. Blaze, You Dead Homie. They kind of just, I think, assume that Blaze is going to come too. Violent J didn't really announce that Blaze would be there until he mentioned Wizard of the Hood. And did he even mention Blaze? That's besides the point. Twiztid is going to play ball. They obviously had Violent J said it. They had a personal phone conversation. The only thing worse than have never been to a gathering, not knowing what it's like, is having been to the gathering and then missing them and then knowing what the fuck you're missing. It's torture. It's almost like going to the gathering fucking ruins your life because now you need to be there. And if you can't make it, your life is just a little bit less fresh. Everybody knows it. Because the gathering is the fucking shit. All right? I'm not even
I like not knowing for now.
You're lucky, man. You're lucky.
Yeah, but as far as, I mean, the Wizard of the Hood, that's what a lot of us from that era have been waiting for a long time. And I think we're all at the point where it's like, we'll take anything. Okay, you want to put it in the form of a play? Fine. We'll take it.
Right.
Until we get over that, and then everybody starts bitching again how we want the movie.
Let's talk about Twiztid's Freak Show 15th anniversary special. They had an actual concert in Philly. I know a lot of people who went. They had a blast. There's footage online of the performances. I forget who the opening acts are, but yeah, they had mad merchandise, honoring Twiztid Freak Show, which, by the way, for those of you who weren't down with the clown in 2000, Twiztid Freak Show was the highly anticipated follow-up album to Most Tasteless. And I think it was anticipated in such a way that had never been anticipated before as far as juggalos, fans of Psychopathic Records. I don't think anybody was ever as excited about an album that wasn't from ICP, coming out of Psychopathic ever before Freak Show, because we didn't really know about Most Tasteless until it came out. And then after it came out, they had to re-release it again, and that was just kind of like, oh, we get like a few extra songs and, a repressing, and, they put it out twice, So Freak Show was the next new shit after Most Tasteless. And, I mean, it kind of solidified a movement, the Juggalo family. The seeds were planted right there in Freak Show. They were talking about Dark Lotus, and they used to kind of like hint at Dark Lotus in certain songs and shit. ICP would do it, and Twiztid would do it. My point is that I remember Freak Show coming out on Halloween in 2000 on the same day that ICP put out Bizarre Bizarre, and Halloween 2000 was an incredible fucking day with 3 albums dropping all at the same time. A double disc ICP album. Remember, this is in 2000. The next year, they gave us Dark Lotus and Riders and a fucking shit ton of other music. Twiztid had Cryptic Collection Volume 2, I think it was. Forget about it. Freak Show was just one of many fucking great albums, but it definitely is something worth celebrating.
That album is still the shit today. I mean, and for a lot of new, I mean, maybe they might lie, but for most juggalos nowadays, that's when you wanted to be into it, is back then. We didn't realize it because we were living it. People want to talk family. There was a family aspect before it was even made to be pushed, and everybody's pushing this family thing. I think it was more of a family back then than it is now, because it wasn't, something that was pushed. It was just something that was.
Twiztid had their 15th anniversary Freak Show performance, right? They had a concert, and I couldn't help but think how funny it would be if ICP had a Bizarre 15th anniversary show in a venue right across the street from Twiztid on the same night, and you had Freak Show anniversary show and Bizarre anniversary show happening simultaneously.
More.
and Juggalos show up and just like they choose their fucking concert. They choose their fucking favorite band.
I could honestly CPN trying to start a war. I don't know why, but I could see CPN trying to start something.
You wouldn't have to, man. That war would be full brewing in the hearts of everywhere. It would get crazy ugly very quick. No.
That's just crazy that they got Isham back.
Yeah.
I would like to see like a whole tour so I could go see Isham. But just don't play that. I mean, the new CD seems alright. I haven't heard everything. But that dubstep shit, that's not Nodis and that's not Isham. I don't give a fuck.
You know as well as I do that Isham's going to play a lot of old shit.
Oh, he has to.
Every performer, artist that's been around knows that their old shit gets the biggest. ICP just wrote about it. Jay just wrote about it in the Hatchet Herald. How the new shit doesn't get reaction like the old shit does. Ever.
But I thought it's been like enough time where people know, you know what I mean?
It's not that they don't know. It's just that Explosions isn't exactly the best song, despite what CPN says. It's just not the best song.
Right.
It wasn't a crowded fucking show, but that meant it was so much more breathing room, you know, to walk around and stretch out and not be cramped. So it was awesome. It was, and that's the thing. If ICP was like, oh, well, this show isn't sold out, so let's just start goofing off and having fun. Yes, thank you. Do that all the time. I don't think they realize how much fresher it is when they're just having fun and goofing off. And I feel like I've experienced enough ICP shows where I've seen them in that state before, in the zone, living it, you know? And I've also seen them phone it in a few times. Whatever, you know? I've seen Violent J fucking fall off the stage and, you know, like hurt himself.
We've seen him lose and gain weight.
Yeah, man. But they had a lot of energy. They had a fun set list. Jay looks better than he has in a long time. Yep. You've seen pictures. He lost all that weight, man. He ballooned up real big in the recent years.
So how has it affected his stage work, do you think? Because, I mean, you see him a lot, so you know.
They were spraying each other with Fago. You know what I mean? They were dumping Fago on the security guards' heads. They were
I seen that. I seen a picture.
You saw the picture, and Jay even talked about that in the Hatchet Herald. They talked about, he wrote about it. Young Wicked came out on stage all serious for his part, and they just came up and squirted him in the face and goosed him. And, like, I didn't even think about it at the time, but that was a direct result of our show being so fucking weak. There was, like, hardly anyone there. And they looked out at the crowd and they saw the empty balcony and they saw the crowd and they were just like, where the fuck did everybody go? You know, because for the past couple of years, ICP was fucking maxing out that motherfucker. So many people. Everybody and their grandmother came out to the clown show. And now, half of these motherfuckers and all their grandmothers are no-shows.